Hi friends, it's Miss Renee. We're gonna do some more science together today. We're gonna do today's outside because the water that I'm gonna use might make a little bit of a mess, and it's a beautiful day and I wanted to be outside. So today we're gonna talk about gravity. I know we've talked about that in school before a little bit, so I know you kind of probably know what that is. Gravity is the force that keeps things on the ground. Gravity is a force that pulls things together, and the earth has gravity. So on earth, it keeps everything on the ground. So if I drop something like a ball, gravity pulls it down to the earth. If I drop my frisbee, gravity pulls it down. If I throw something up, it's gonna come back down. So I can throw it up away from gravity, but gravity's gonna pull it down. Gravity. Gravity is also the thing that keeps the earth and all the other planets orbiting around the sun. Otherwise, we would just float off into space. In space, there's no gravity. On the planets, there's gravity. But the gravity on each planet is different than it is on Earth. So, and another thing about gravity, the moon's gravity is what makes our ocean tides get high and low, come in and out. That goes by the moon's gravity. Pretty cool. So gravity is a powerful force. If we didn't have gravity, all of this stuff and us would be floating up in the air. It wouldn't be on the ground. That would be crazy. Can you even imagine that? Nuts. We're going to do two different kind of experiment activities about gravity today. The first one we're going to do is, if you drop two things that are about the same size but weigh a different amount, gravity will pull them to the ground at the same time. So this is an empty Gatorade bottle. Somebody was thirsty and drank it all. This one is empty, so it's full of air. This one is full, and it's full of Gatorade, and it's a lot heavier than the empty one that just has air in it. But if I drop these at the same time, gravity will pull them to the ground at the same time. Pretty cool. So watch, this will be our first experiment. Ready? So 1, 2, 3. They hit the ground together at the same time. It doesn't matter which one's heavier. It's more about what size it is and shape. So that's our first gravity experiment. Our other one, we actually did this in school this year a while ago, but it's been a while and it was fun and you all liked it, so I thought I'd do it again. So I have a plastic cup and I poked a hole in the bottom. You might want to have a grown-up do that for you because I had to use a knife. If you had a paper cup, it would be easy to poke it with a pencil or a pen. I didn't have any paper cups, so I had to use plastic. So down towards the bottom, not all the way at the bottom, but close to the bottom, poke a hole. Then we're going to take water and we're going to pour it in the cup. And what's going to happen when I pour water in the cup and it has a hole in it? Gravity is going to pull the water out of the hole. If I plug it up though, gravity can't get it, right? Gravity's pulling it down here in the cup. If I move my finger, all right. So we see that has a hole there and gravity pulls the water out. Now I'm going to fill it up. Now, we know when I move my finger, gravity pulls the water out. I'm hoping that you'll be able to see this on video. When I let go and I move my finger, watch, see if you can see the hole and see what happens. Hopefully my video guy catches it for you. Ready? 3, 2, 1. When I dropped the cup, it stopped coming out of the hole because, I'll tell you why, we always talk about why. Gravity is already pulling the cup and the water down, so it doesn't need to pull it out of the hole. It's already pulling it down to the ground. Pretty cool. I got a little bit wet, and you will too. Let's do it one more time. I won't put quite as much water in the cup this time. See if we can get it. So gravity's pulling the water out. When I let go of the whole cup, it stops pulling it out of the hole. It splashes when it hits the ground though, doesn't it? Gravity is pretty cool. Gravity was actually not discovered, but the person that figured it out and figured out what it was, he was a scientist named Isaac Newton. And he was sitting on the ground one day under an apple tree like this one, and an apple fell on his head and hit him in the head. And it got him thinking, now why did that fall out of the tree and fall down on my head? And in being a scientist, he really started to research it and do experiments and stuff, and he figured out what gravity was. So I want you to do some of these things at your house. Throw things up. Gravity always brings it back down. Drop 2 bottles, one empty and one full, and see if they hit the ground at the same time. And then try the cup experiment. That one's a lot of fun. I would do that one either outside or in your bathtub, because when you drop it, when the cup hits the ground, it makes a big wet splash. So have fun experimenting with gravity, and I'll see you back soon and we'll do some more science together. Bye.